Merry readers, come cozy in. Let the story time begin with Robyn and the Marys.
Hi Merry Readers! Today we're going to be reviewing the Illumicrate Special Edition of the Bridgerton set. If you follow Illumicrate or you have been on the Special Edition Bridgerton trail, you will know that these books are just absolutely stunning. So many people loved them when they came out a few years ago. I actually was a little bit late to the game with knowing about them, so I missed the initial drop, but Illumicrate was nice enough to do a second drop, and happily, my husband surprised me by buying these for me for Christmas, and I just was so excited to open the box and see them. They retail at £120, and so depending on where you are in the world, there's, going to be a conversion rate, of course. I'm in the US, so we had to deal with that too, but I really think for the craftsmanship and the just detail that is on these covers and these books, it's absolutely worth it. They just did a third drop, so I have a feeling that they will continue to do drops over the years. So if you're wanting this set after watching this video, or maybe you've already been wanting it and you just are checking in to see how the books look, or if you're just hoping to see a little bit more of the details through this video, they will most likely do another drop in the future, would be my guess. So there should be more opportunities to own these, and if not, if you're just here to see what they look like, but you would rather not get into the slippery slope that is collecting collector's editions, then I am so happy you're here. And with that, let's dive into the first book. There's a couple of things that I don't like about this set. So it's still probably my favorite full series special edition set that I've ever owned or ever seen. However, there are a few things that if I could have been in the room when they were designing these, I would have pointed it out. So the books have to go in this order, which is fine. However, I sometimes like to start my series on this side, with this being book number 1 and this being the last book in the series. You can't do that with this because then the middle doors do not line up, the windows don't line up as well. And so I think that having that limitation can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge for someone like me who likes to mix things up a little bit. But it's such a minor detail because it's so beautiful, and honestly, there's no other way that I would do this. So that is just one little detail and something to mention. So if you, on your shelf, like me, you do some color coordination or anything like that, I had to rework it so that something that would look good next to pink was here, and something that would look good next to a cream was here. So you get what I mean. If you are someone who designs your shelves a little bit more, this might be a little bit of a frustration for you. But that is such a minor little thing. And with that, let's start looking at The Duke and I. So this series, The Duke and I, has a beautiful, rich pink color. So the foiling on it is a dark pink, and you can see from the shine, it really is a foil, which I love. The fabric of the books is a very soft, fine, it almost feels painted, woven texture. And on the pages, they're sprayed mindfully with a beautiful darker shade of the book. So I think that that detail is just lovely. And as I put them back, I'll actually face them out so you can see what they look like with the sprayed edges out too. And then when you open the book, of course you have the spine, which is beautiful, but then the design of the rose can be seen actually across both the front and the back of the book, which I think is such a nice little detail that they didn't have to do, but it really makes this book series feel so cohesive. Okay, so that is The Duke and I. And now we will move on to the Viscount Who Loved Me. So I think from this you can guess, if you know what the book is about, what the design of this book is. And of course, that would be a bee. So you have the beautiful spine design here, and then when you open it, I just love that you can see the bee on both sides and that it opens up into a full bee. I love the color design of this too, because the bee is in a beautiful gold, but the actual book is more of a sherbet or a peachy yellow color. And then this one, the sprayed edges are almost the exact same color as the book, but it's just a few shades darker. And I think that this book as a whole, because of that, just looks exactly like a creamsicle, and I just adore that. I think it's such a nice color composition. The next book is An Offer from a Gentleman, and I think you can guess what the design of this one is. So you can see the spine, and again they used a beautiful gold foiling, but this yellow is more of a sunshine or lemon yellow. So here we have the full mask, and I just love the detailing on this. This is my favorite book in the series by far, and I was so excited to see that they gave it such a cool looking mask design, because the masquerade ball is such a great scene, and I think that it really paints a picture of what the book is about. And with this, they did a lighter yellow. It's almost more of a off-white color, but there is just a little bit of a yellow sheen to it. I don't know if that's coming across well in the video. Of course, then we have Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. And if you know anything about Penelope, I think that we can guess that this feather is part of her quill. This book, I will say, is beautifully designed, and I know that they have the inkwell at the bottom right here of the book. However, I think that the overall designs, just in terms of fluidity from the cover to the back of the book on the other books, is stronger. This one does not quite feel like it's the same composition. The scaling of the two feathers are slightly different, and that's just something really minor, but for someone like me where you notice things like that, I think that I was a little bit disappointed to see that they didn't have the quill going diagonally across like they did with all of the others, or having a piece of parchment or even a Lady Whistledown scroll or some, just something like that across. I would have preferred, but I still think that they did such a beautiful job. This is a beautiful mint green. It's almost a seafoam green color, and then the sprayed edges are sort of a pistachio green. So still a beautiful, beautiful design. To Sir Philip with Love. I know that this is a little controversial, but I would say that this book did not quite do it for me. I love Eloise, so I was a little bit disappointed with her story and where it went, but I know that some people love it. So whether you are on board with this book or not, the design is stunning. So it has all of her letters, which is beautiful, and the foiling, which is different. And I forgot to say with this one too, the foiling is a beautiful green color. So it was nice to see them using all different colored foiling instead of just doing a gold or a silver foiling across all the books. I think that those little color blocking details on each of these is really cool. So, and then I love the blue that they chose for the sprayed edges as well. The next one in our series is When He Was Wicked. And just from a color standpoint, I love what they did with this book. I love the lavender with the plum purple. And And the spine, of course, is stunning, just like all the others. And then I just love the plant design on the back. I think it's so nice to see the thistle, and it's just lovely. So this book is really special. I think that it's my favorite color composition out of all of the ones that they did, and it's just so lovely. And I love the sprayed edges. It's not quite as deep purple as the foiling, which I like. And then we have It's in His Kiss, which is a much more pastel-y pink than the Duke and I. And this one has the jewels all across it, of course. And I love the foiling too. It's such a pretty, almost rose, like a deep rose gold pink foiling. And the sprayed edges of this one are really nice. And then this one is probably one of my all-time favorite design in this series. Not book-wise, this is definitely not one of my favorite books, but from just a design standpoint, I love the design of this, and if you have a keen eye, you may recognize it from my profile pictures on my Instagram page and on my YouTube channel. I used a picture from my wedding where my photographer took a close-up of me with this book because I just love the doves and the rings and just everything about it. It's kind of a cream color, and it has a very light, almost pinkish gold foiling, which I love. And the pages are sprayed just the most beautiful kind of rosy pink color. So this book is just near and dear to my heart because of my photographer and our idea and having all the bridesmaids. Also, we did a whole photo shoot, which I'll include some pictures of at the end of this video, where they each held one of the Bridgerton books from this set, and we just had a lot of fun. I made custom crew necks with a custom logo for a fake book club for my wedding. So it was just such a beautiful day. So because these books were at my wedding and they were a part of my wedding, they're also so near and dear to my heart, and I just love them. So if you have any questions or if you'd like to talk more with me about these books, please feel free to send me a message. I also have an Instagram under Robyn and the Merry Reads where I post art because I'm an artist, so I do bookish art. I make coloring pages, so I have coloring pages for all of the couples of the Bridgerton set. I have some of the buildings I designed some art for as well. I did it more in a tarot card style. So please feel free to head over there and check that out. I also have a Patreon under Robyn and the Merry Reads where I have a monthly subscription, and if you join that, I drop exclusive artwork that I don't post on Instagram. I also have the high quality download files there. Some of them are free, some of them are only for Patreon members, and I try to keep it affordable. So if you would like to join that, please feel free. I'll also be doing some special drops on there as well. I hope that you've enjoyed this review as much as me. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe through the subscribe button below, or set a reminder on YouTube where you will be notified with my new videos so that you don't miss any of my upcoming reviews. I am doing lots of reviews over on Instagram as well. So with that, I just want to say have a wonderful day. I hope that you get to have a little bit of joy in your day, be it just a cup of coffee or getting outside for a walk or just something special today for yourself. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
So pour the wine, turn the page, join the fun, unleash the rage. With every book and every deed, come play with Robyn and the Merry Read. close your eyes. Let the stories lift and rise. Till next time when lights will gleam, we're